All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and we got some breaking news, boy. Judge Merchan is in trouble along with his jury. This right here is crazy. That's why I've been calling this jury corrupt. That's why I've been calling Judge Merchan corrupt. Alvin Bragg, all these people are a complete joke. And this right here is, like I said before, breaking news. I had to bring y'all this. Shout out to Benny, because Benny just uploaded this. He said a mistrial. The New York jury illegally leaked Trump verdict before conviction and said that the judge is panicking right now. This is crazy. I'm not going to hold y'all up. We about to dive straight into it. Make sure y'all please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. And shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. I appreciate all of you. Without further ado, we definitely got to get straight into this, because this right here is breaking news, man. So let's go ahead and dive straight into it. Let's go.
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. Breaking news right this second that is rocking the world. Democrats have gotten their jolly rocks off over the last week, calling Donald Trump a convicted felon over the guilty conviction that happened 7 days ago in New York. But was it really a guilty conviction? Holy cannoli, guacamole.
Wow.
Check this out. In a letter to both sides of the case, Judge Juan Merchan, right here, verified, the Court of Claims, says that there has been a massive problem, a huge breach of the jury ethics may have occurred, and it may be grounds for throwing out the entire trial altogether. Check this out. Dear counsel, today the court is aware of a comment that was posted on a United States Court System's public Facebook page, which I am now bringing to your attention. The comment, the user Michael Anderson states, "My cousin is a juror and says Trump is getting convicted. Thank you, folks, for all your hard work."
Wow.
The comment, now labeled as 1 week old, responded to the notice of the oral arguments. This comment was made before the guilty conviction and can be viewable here. Juan Merchan sends letter saying effectively, if this proves out, that the jury was leaking the verdict to their families and friends before the verdict happened. This, of course, would be grounds for a mistrial and for Donald Trump to be set free and for there to be a complete and total overturning of this conviction. Wow. Check this out.
Folks, major breaking news on the Trump verdict out of the rotten apple. A New York Supreme Court has just notified, or the New York Supreme Court has just notified Judge Juan Merchan that someone identifying themselves as the cousin of one of the jurors posted to the court's Facebook page that Trump was going to be found guilty. This happened 1 day before the verdict was announced.
Wow.
We're working to verify all this information and what it means about Trump's case.
Holy moly. Okay, to say that this is a bombshell that has cracked the core of the internet would be to be putting it lightly. Juan Merchan notifies parties in the New York case, Facebook comment, boasting of the conviction of Trump before the verdict. Even libs are saying, oh no, Kyle Cheney over here, saying this is pretty bad. Apparently, doing this would be a violation of an enormous amount of grounds of conduct. This could substantiate juror misconduct and be grounds for a mistrial to throw out the entire trial and its results altogether against Trump. This is breaking news rip-roaring across the internet. Judge in the Trump trial case notified parties of online comment claiming juror foreknowledge of conviction. The prosecutors flagged another juror link to past corruption investigation. Juan Merchan has reprimanded the press for revealing too much information to the jurors. The integrity of the trial is now in question. Is it time for a mistrial with prejudice? Wow. This is incredible.
Wow,
Trump
man.
mistrial now is what is trending across the internet. Dan Bongino saying this farce of a trial just got even more Soviet. Show me the man, I'll show you the crime. Phil Holloway, legal expert who's following very closely the case in Georgia. Oh, looks like there was juror misconduct in the Trump trial. We knew that these jurors would not be able to avoid telling their friends and relatives that they were going to go get Trump. This is time for mistrial with prejudice and no retrial. Wow. Apparently, this comment was Russian disinformation. Okay. The judge has notified all parties. The New York law, the verdict needs to be nullified and a new trial held, or a mistrial with no new trial. Take your felony conviction and shove it. New York Judge Juan Merchan has put both parties on notice. My cousin is a juror, and he said Trump is being convicted. This is big trouble, says Greta Van Susteren, as she holds up the note.
This case is over.
From both sides from the judge.
Case closed.
Wow. So a person claiming to be the cousin of a juror, you'd have to assume, the way that this could all fall to pieces would be if this person wasn't a cousin of a juror, or if this was just a troll, you'd have to actually, you'd need to search, but it really wouldn't be hard. And you'd have to assume that the judge has already done that search, right? A lot of randos, a lot of sock accounts, right? And a lot of anons on the internet. You'd have to assume that they could you just do a click, click, click and see that they're related, right? They know all these people's social media. They ask them about their social media.
Sure do.
When they're doing jury investigations and interviews. Facebook page getting convicted. If this is confirmed, it would likely be a mistrial. This is a Friday news dump to remember. Mistrial, says Mike Davis, obviously one of our favorite attorneys. So this would be the juror's handbook serving in the United States District Court. The juror's handbook effectively points to what should happen in a situation like this. Jurors may not talk about the case with others not on the jury, even their spouses. Families must not read about the case in newspapers. They should avoid radio, television broadcasts that would mention the case. The jury's verdict must be based on nothing but the evidence presented in the court, and they may not talk to others or tell them what is going on. It's also like betting markets on things like this, and this is like considered inside information. I mean, there's so many reasons to not do this, but obviously upholding the integrity of the court system would be chiefly among them. Mistrial, says Cattur, the jury was rigged, and then they got busted.
They got busted.
The convicted felon about to get unconvicted.
Think about that. A convicted felon is about to get unconvicted. See there? I knew it. It's like I'm always right. When it comes to this crap, how I was calling out them jurors, I was calling out Judge Juan Merchan. Judge Juan Merchan, he need to be fired as well, too, because he knew that this case was a complete joke from the get-go. So hopefully he be fired, too. He need to be gone. Of course, they couldn't hold it in, telling their family members and stuff that they was going to convict Trump a day before they did it. Because remember, they were saying that the judge them and the jury them was getting ready to go home. Then all of a sudden they changed their mind and say, oh, no, we ready to turn the papers in now and go ahead and convict Trump. So it was something strange about this the whole entire time. And now a convicted felon about to get unconvicted. That's exactly how it go. And you already know, if it's some people that don't like Donald Trump, you know they ain't going to be able to hold it in. They got to tell somebody. They said there was a cousin of one of the jurors, and they already knew that Donald Trump was going to be convicted. This is what they get. This is what they get for trying to put Donald Trump in jail. Now, like they said, it might be a mistrial. This case should have never even came. This case needs to be thrown out immediately. Leave Donald Trump alone. Let the man campaign like he's supposed to campaign, and stop trying to bring him in for bogus and dumb stuff like this, because no other courtroom in America would have took this dumb case. Only in New York. Only in New York. And now y'all busted. Let's see if they're going to try to find a way out of this. Let's see if they're going to end up trying to say, oh, that was a troll account. That wasn't nobody cousin from the jury. That was a lie. They're going to try to come up with something to cover it. They're going to try to come up with something. But no. It ain't no getting out of this. This case needs to be closed immediately, and Juan Merchan needs to be fired. He needs to be gone. This is wild.
Baby. Judge Juan Merchan has sent a letter to both parties in the New York case telling them about the a comment made on Facebook. The comment saying effectively that the jurors were leaking again.
Because see, if you go right up here, let me take that back real quick because I want to see that. If you look right here, it say, break. Even though Juan Merchan, he told them about it, I still feel like he knew about it. But see, the thing is that Juan Merchan was trying to get in front of it because he knew that other people was going to catch it and it was going to involve him in it. So he tried to get in front of it by saying, hey, I made sure I sent a letter to both parties letting them know about this comment on Facebook. So he tried to get in front of it because it would have, if somebody else would have came out with it, it would have made it seem like that judge had something to do with it. How we know that cousin is not a cousin of the judge? But even though they saying it's from the jury, but they're trying to switch it around. So I feel like Judge Juan Merchan tried to get in front of it before he got brought into it, which I still think he know all about this crap that's going on because he is corrupt, just like the jury, like how he gave them bogus instructions. So it's a break-in. Judge Juan Merchan has sent a letter to both parties in the New York Trump case telling them about a comment made on Facebook. An alleged cousin of one of the jurors posted on Facebook that he had inside information about the trial. My cousin is a juror and says Trump is getting convicted. Thank you, folks, for all your hard work. This comment was made before the final verdict was made. It's unclear at the moment if the commenter was simply trolling or is actually related to a juror. But see, this is what they're going to try to do. They're going to end up trying to say it was a troll. Watch what I tell you. Mark my word. These Democrats are going to try to come out and say, oh, that was a troll. That wasn't real. That was a Trump supporter saying that. They're going to come up with something just because they got caught. They're going to try to come up with something. We ain't falling for it because we knew this case was dumb and stupid before it even came. It shouldn't even came. This whole case is just straight stupid.
Effectively, that the jurors were leaking again. We're leaking the results of the trial ahead of the actual conviction. Now, mistrial is trending throughout the United States of America.
Mistrial.
So mistrial is now the number 7, soon to be number 1 thing trending throughout the country.
Mm-hmm.
Whoo, baby.
Baby.
So, I mean, take a step back. Could this be a good thing or a really bad thing? Well, it could be a good thing because it would mean, were this to be an actual mistrial, and if the judge is sending a letter to both parties on this, then presumably they've already done their homework on this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
If the judge is sending a letter, then it means they've already effectively thought through this and said, this is legitimate.
Yeah,
you'd have to assume.
Because you got to look at it, though, with Judge Merchan being so corrupt as he is, before he sent it out, he had to been looked at and find out that it was one of the cousins of the jurors before he just sent that out. So I definitely agree with being on that one right there. That they definitely had to look over that before he sent that out. But like I said, I still stand on the firm part that I feel like the judge just tried to get in front of it before somebody else broke it, and then he would have got involved along with the jurors. So I still believe that's what he tried to do. So I don't trust Juan Merchan at all. I still think he needs to be fired for this dumb stuff he's been doing for the longest.
Right? Now, how could this be a good thing? If the judge says, all right, we're not going to retry this thing. I am a biased judge. I've donated to Democrats. My daughter works for Democrats. Mm-hmm. And we're inside of New York, which is going to be a jury pool that's already going to be rigged against you. So we're not going to retry this thing. We're just going to be done. We're going to wash our hands of this. Or 2, the judge says, yeah, this is a mistrial. We're going to retry the whole thing. So we already know our playbook. We already have our playbook. We're going to bring Donald Trump back to New York, back to these dingy, fluorescently lit courthouses for another 5 weeks. We're going to keep him off the campaign trail. We're going to retry this thing. We're going to try it right now. Well, that I can't imagine something worse than that, actually. You don't almost want to take the guilty conviction, then the guilty conviction 7 weeks from now, gobbling up more, like Pac-Man, gobbling up more of the precious time that Donald Trump has to actually campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump campaign doing a great job and winning right now. But nonetheless,
by a landslide,
a moment where this could actually backfire. So were this to be something that that like actually got Donald Trump out of this conviction and out of this courthouse, I'd be 100% in favor of it. Go, 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 go. Todd Blanche is his lawyer. He's a really smart guy. Presumably he knows what he's doing. If this is a trick to steal more of Trump's precious campaigning time and energy to redo this trial, then obviously that's a worst thing you could possibly have. So we'll see what happens. Wow. Quite a bit of breaking news here on a Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Shout out to Benny, man, for another great video. But there you go right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. But, man, they literally leaked it before the verdict. I mean, before conviction. This right here is crazy. But they're going to try to come up with something, though. Just watch what I tell you. They're going to try to come up with something to find a way to get out of this. Watch what I tell you, though. But this, like you said, mistrial. Just throw out this whole case. Get rid of this case once and for all. Leave it alone. Like I said before, pretty much know that all of y'all agree with me that it shouldn't have been a case in the beginning. So like I said, thank you all for watching. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.